So what does it mean for international stocks? Andres Garcia-Amaya is the CEO of Zoe Financial. He's been bullish on international stocks. Welcome, Andre, for some time. And the same reason that Musk cites for concern, the conjoined twins metaphor, is the reason why a lot of people stay constructive on U.S. China relations, because they are so intertwined.
Yeah, I think it's interesting on the comments. I did get to see the interview. Great interview, by the way, by you guys. If we are going to continue to see deglobalization, that's inflationary, especially for countries like the U.S. that were tied at the hip, right, with supply chains for global companies that trade in the S&P 500, right? So I think it's hard to see on one side the idea that the Fed should lower interest rates because they're looking at backwards data, and on the other side say, yeah, but deglobalization is happening and it will probably continue to happen because that's inflationary. So I think U.S. stocks, the reason in essence international stocks look appealing to me is that U.S. stocks valuation is not attractive right now versus historical standards, especially with interest rates where they are now versus where they were in past years.
You know, maybe not to comment, Andres, quite so much on whatever happens between U.S. and China and what major companies like Apple should do, but we are seeing ramifications throughout kind of Southeast Asia. You know, the Philippines, for instance, trying to kind of lean into its U.S. relations, and it tried kind of to grow closer to China, but it wasn't well received by the Chinese or by the Philippine people. So would you, in a market like that, for instance, take that as a positive or not? You know, I'm not going to ask you market by market, but when you say you like international stocks, what are the implications for some of those Asian regions that still depend heavily on the Chinese economy?
Yeah, look, the risk of deglobalization applies to every region. I think the big difference is valuation, right? U.S. stocks have asymmetric risk, in my opinion, when it comes to what could go right and what could go wrong versus where valuation is right now, especially versus the other options like cash and bonds, versus international stocks, especially versus U.S. stocks. There are 2-3 standard deviations from where they usually trade from a valuation standpoint. So a lot of bad news is already priced in.
Yeah, that said, you know, and I guess just to kind of ask the question explicitly, let's say you're Apple, you know, you're the most valuable company, you know, back and forth in the world, maybe today, maybe not today, one of the most valuable companies in the world. Yeah. They're trying to move some of the supply chain to India. That's fine. They've got a long road to go. What do you do if you're them? I mean, is this something investors need to worry about, or can they just ignore it until they can't?
I think that margins will be affected negatively, right? The globalization was all about creating efficiencies, which are great for margins. What we're seeing now with deglobalization is about resiliency. And resiliency is not about improving margins. It's about having a plant in India and in Taiwan and in Vietnam, right? That's not as efficient. So I think this will hurt margins. It won't happen over one quarter, but I think this is a longer trend over the next couple of years.
Yeah, or maybe you could say that moving factory activity elsewhere could benefit those countries it's moving to, and China's economy remains an open question. I mean, on the case of Chinese stocks or their economic fortunes in the next year or two, do you have a view?
Yeah, look, Chinese stocks have been a value trap for well over a decade, right? And they are a significant part of the MSCI EM index, for instance, right? Having said that, when you look at global ex-US, China becomes a much smaller component. So I would look at it more from a global perspective. You look at Europe, you look at Japan, which actually looks really interesting right now, considering they actually want this inflation that they're getting. They have deflation, now they have inflation. So it's not just China when it comes to global stocks, and I think it's important to look at it that way.
It's also striking that Japan now has like the highest birth rate in all of Southeast Asia, you know, or at least developed Southeast Asia, which is striking. They're more open to immigration.
Yeah, and by the way, they're making a lot of corporate changes, which I think has been one of the, call it catalysts for the market to be up. You know, the Japanese stocks are up 16, 17% this year, for instance.